Jamie Vardy to Manchester United, Florentino Pérez up to his old tricks, the Real Madrid president is eyeing one of Arsenal's key men, Paulo Dybala at Anfield. A new chapter could be starting for the Argentine star. And Pep Guardiola already disappointed with a January signing, just 6 months in, and the players on the transfer list. Darwin Núñez heading to Italy, his new club might already be decided. All that and loads more in today's episode. But before we get into it, as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Ready? Let's jump into the latest transfer rumours. Paulo Dybala's popped up on Liverpool's radar. And you know what? It might not be such a bad idea. Yeah, he's 31, hasn't played since March because of injury. But let's be real. After what we've all witnessed with Darwin Núñez, even an injured Dybala looks like an upgrade. According to Il Romanista, Dybala's agent has been contacted by the Reds. It's clear the club want more firepower up front, and after the Núñez experiment, who can blame them? Thing is, Dybala actually wants to stay at Roma. They even extended his contract until 2026 back in January. But here comes the catch: his wages. Roma are struggling to cover them and are now looking for ways to ease the financial burden. Enter Liverpool with their Premier League money. Transfermarkt says Dybala's only worth around €8 million. For comparison, Liverpool dropped 75 million on Darwin. So, yeah, you could technically buy 10 Dybalas for that price. Simple maths. Speaking of maths, here's another stat. 80% of people who watch my videos don't subscribe. That's right, proper misfire as well. Subscribing costs nothing, and honestly, it might bring you as much joy as watching Dybala actually link play in the Premier League. Go on, hit that button. It's easier than a tap-in from 3 yards, except for one particular someone. Now look, of course there are risks. Injury record, his age, adjusting to the Prem, that's all valid. But Dybala has something Núñez is severely lacking: a footballing brain. Technique, vision, set-piece quality. The man knows how to play the game. Last season, he got 8 goals and 4 assists in 36 matches. Not exactly Ballon d'Or numbers, but for someone often playing behind the striker, decent. Liverpool need attacking options. Salah's not getting any younger, and let's not even start on Núñez again. Dybala for €8 million? That's basically peanuts. Even if he just plays half the games and grabs 5 goals, he's already worth it. But if he clicks, if he hits the ground running, could easily be the bargain of the season. Alright, here we go again. City being City. Pep Guardiola's reportedly ready to put Nico Gonzalez on the transfer list just 6 months after buying him from Porto. I mean, you've got to admire the chaos. Back in January, they were desperate for a new signing. Panic bought the Spaniard. And now, sorry mate, no space in the squad. Classic Pep. This is the same guy who can drop $1 billion in the transfer market and then wonder why he's got too many players knocking about. According to Football Insider, Gonzalez's agents are already on the phone trying to line up a move. And the funniest part? Pep's the one who gave the green light to sell. Says the squad needs trimming, got to make room for the fresh faces. Honestly, maybe think about that before signing yet another midfielder in January. But nah, this is all part of Pep's genius plan. Buy now, think later. And just so we're clear, Gonzalez isn't some random. He came through La Masia, didn't quite click at Barcelona, moved to Porto to actually get minutes. And then City swooped in with promises of glory. And what's the return? 2 goals in 17 Premier League games. But Pep doesn't just want a solid midfielder, does he? He wants another magic unicorn who can play 3 roles at once and bang in screamers from the halfway line. And the best part? City have already signed his replacement. Yep. Before even selling Gonzalez, it's like buying a new phone before figuring out what to do with the old one. Only difference is, this mess costs hundreds of millions. Then again, when your budget's basically a cheat code, who's counting? To be fair, Gonzalez is 23, versatile, not a bad pickup for a lot of clubs. But with City, it's like a revolving door these days. In, out, play half a season, then it's on to the next. Feels more like a talent conveyor belt than a football team sometimes. You've got to wonder what Porto are thinking. Sold him in winter, by summer he's already up for grabs again. Perfect business model really. Flip your players every 6 months like it's eBay. Hey, maybe he'll even go back to Porto. Although let's be honest, that would make way too much sense for modern football. Jamie Vardy? Yeah, that Jamie Vardy, the 38-year-old legend has been offered to Manchester United. United's mad striker hunt is still going, and now someone's gone and thrown Vardy's name into the mix. Okay, maybe not exactly a joker card, but it's definitely something. I mean, seriously, Vardy, 38 years old, free agent, but the fire's clearly still burning in his eyes. Remember his insane journey. From Fleetwood Town to Premier League champion, Leicester's all-time top scorer. It's the stuff of dreams, isn't it? Now, after 13 years at Leicester, there's a chance he might rock up at Old Trafford. But wait, that's not all. It's not just Vardy being thrown United's way. The intermediaries also brought up Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Everton and Callum Wilson from Newcastle. All three of them. English, all free agents. Sounds like a bargain buffet, right? But this is United we're talking about. Of course there's a twist. Reports say Calvert-Lewin's already been ruled out. Just like that. As for Wilson and Vardy, things are still up in the air. Looks like United are actually considering it, trying to figure out if it's worth going in for these bargain deals. Let's be honest though, United are in complete chaos up front. Højlund's not quite delivering, and Xerxes, so far, hasn't looked like the solution either. There's even talk that Højlund might be off to Inter. This club wants to get back to the top, but they can't find a proper goal scorer. And now Vardy's name pops up. Look, yeah, he's 38, but this is Jamie Bloody Vardy we're talking about. The guy's entire career is proof that age is just a number. He can still make chances out of nothing. He's loaded with experience, and he's an absolute warrior on the pitch. Sure, he's not as quick as he used to be, but the man's positioning, awareness, and nose for goal, still there. Imagine Vardy in that United dressing room. His mad energy, non-stop pressing, proper old-school mentality. He could mentor the younger lads, come off the bench, bag a few crucial goals. Sounds like the perfect rotation option. And if Højlund does leave, Vardy could be a solid short-term fix while United keep searching for that elite striker. Obviously, there are risks, but come on, it's Vardy. What an absolute wildcard move this would be for United. And since he's available for nothing, it's basically a gift. What do you lot think? Can he still cut it at this level? Or would this be another classic United misstep? Let me know in the comments below. Dusan Vlahovic is staying at Juventus. For now, but the situation? Proper dodgy. Juve want him gone this summer. They're not about to let him walk for free next year. Meanwhile, Vlahovic, well, he's giving massive yes, but also no energy. The Serbians made one thing crystal clear. He's not signing a new deal. The club offered him 8 million euros a year, and he flat out rejected it. No hesitation. Why? Because right now, he's pulling in 12 mil after tax. And if he is leaving, he wants to do it in style. Man's asking for a 10 million euro severance package to rip up the contract. Half for himself, half for his agent brothers, the Ristiches. And Juve. As you can guess, they're not thrilled. Ever since the old board got the boot, the club's been cutting way back on agent fees. On the Jonathan David deal, the agents expected a big payday and left with nothing. So now, those 10 million dreams of Team Vlahovic? Yeah, not happening. Meanwhile, back in Italy, the transfer sharks are already circling. Milan are leading the race. And guess who's managing them now? Max Allegri. He was basically done with Dusan at Juve, and now suddenly he's calling him from San Siro like, "Son, fancy doing it all again?" Honestly, I bet that call was deep. Milan have offered 6 million a year. That's literally half of what Dusan's earning now. From Ferrari to a Golf, basically. And that's not even a metaphor. In Italian football, that's the kind of offer you'd take personally. And let's not forget, Vlahovic isn't 35. He's not ready to be bargain hunting. Inter? Same story. They can't cover the wages either. And they'd still have to pay Juve 25 million for the move. Plus, try and convince Dusan that earning less than half isn't the end of the world. Spoiler, it is, mate. No surprise then that the Ristich brothers are already working towards a next summer scenario instead. Slow and steady. Play the long game. Let the contract run down. And next year, take Dusan on a free. That way, he calls the shots. Even Fenerbahce tried to get involved. Big money. Mourinho in charge. Ambition. Sounds tempting, right? Nope. Dusan's not interested. Saudi Arabia. Not even part of the conversation. He's made it clear. His level is Champions League minimum. Eastward moves. Not on the radar. So yeah, we're at a standstill. Juve want to cash in and move on. Vlahovic is holding out for his 10 mil goodbye gift. Milan can't afford him. Inter can't either. And his agents already setting the chessboard for next season. It's got everything we love. Dodgy backroom chats, late-night phone calls, leaks to the press, million-euro standoffs. And here's the real irony. If Juventus refuse to pay the severance and Milan don't up their offer, Vlahovic might just stay. Warm the bench. No new contract. Walk away in a year for zero. Beautiful, clean-cut, business decision. Absolute scenes. The nightmare known as Darwin Núñez might finally be coming to an end for Liverpool fans. Napoli, in what can only be described as an act of mercy, have made an opening bid of 55 million euros for the Uruguayan enigma. But of course, Liverpool weren't having that. They immediately knocked it back, asking for something closer to 75 million euros, which, let's be honest, is just them trying to justify the fortune they paid Benfica in the first place. The logic seems to be, we bought him for a lot, so we'll sell him for a lot. Doesn't matter that he's still struggling to hit the target from 3 yards out. The funniest bit, Antonio Conte apparently sees Núñez as a priority target. Clearly the Italian wants to test his coaching skills on legendary difficulty. Let's be real. If Conte manages to teach Darwin how to finish, they should hand him the Manager of the Century award on the spot. Although, knowing Conte's style, he might just turn Núñez into a defender. I mean, at least he won't be missing chances from inside his own box. Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis has already sat down with Núñez's agent, Fali Ramadani, and negotiations are ongoing. They're offering him around 5 to 6 million euros a year. Italians do love a gamble. Remember when they signed Osimhen? Everyone thought they'd massively overpaid, and look how that turned out. Interestingly, Napoli also have Lorenzo Luca from Udinese on their shortlist, and he'd cost half as much. But nope, they're all in for Núñez. For Liverpool, this move isn't just about football, it's financial too. After splashing out big on Florian Wirtz, they need to balance the books somehow. And who better to cash in on than a player who's already lost his place under Arne Slot? Let's be honest, Slot doesn't really look like he knows what to do with Darwin. And he's not alone. There's a whole queue of clubs thinking about taking him off Liverpool's hands. Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, even a few Saudi clubs are sniffing around. The Saudis, by the way, could offer way more than 75 million euros, so maybe Liverpool are right to wait and drive the price up. Then again, every day Núñez stays is another day of memes and heartbreak for the fans. Word is, Núñez himself wants to work with Conte, probably hoping the Italian can finally teach him how to hit the target. Napoli are expected to come back with an improved offer in the next couple of weeks. Add another 10 to 15 million and Liverpool just might agree. After all, Darwin's contract runs till 2028, and paying that kind of wage to watch someone sit on the bench, not ideal. So Liverpool fans, your suffering might soon be over, and Napoli fans, well, yours might just be starting. But hey, who knows? Maybe the slower pace of Serie A is exactly what Darwin needs to finally kick on. Either way, at least it won't be our problem anymore. William Saliba, the hope, the backbone, the foundation of Arsenal. But, apparently, he might also be a future Galactico. The season's barely over, and already the rumour mill's firing up. French outlet Le Dick Sport claims Saliba is genuinely weighing things up. Stay at the Emirates, or chase that childhood dream and don the legendary white of Real Madrid. Naturally, Arsenal aren't planning on losing one of the best centre-backs in the world without a fight. There's already a pretty juicy contract on the table, and according to reports, it's very generous. Saliba's become one of the top earners at the club, and let's be honest, unlike some others in the dressing room, he's actually earned it. But the issue here isn't money. It never was. The issue is the heart. Saliba wants Real. Not now necessarily, but eventually. And so he's thinking, should he sign the deal and give it another couple of seasons to go all in with Arsenal for that long-awaited Premier League title? Or does he send a little signal to Florentino Pérez right now? A cheeky, I'm ready. Meanwhile, you can feel the tension rising in London. Mikel Arteta wants clarity. Yesterday, preferably. We're not just talking about any player here. We're talking about the guy. The one who, alongside Gabriel Magalhaes, turned Arsenal's defence into a wall. One of the best centre-back pairings in the Prem, maybe even Europe. If Saliba leaves, it's not just a loss, it's a gut punch. Arsenal's been building this squad around him. He's not just part of the project, he is the project. Calm, composed, elegant, reads the game like a book. For someone like Xabi Alonso, he's a dream player. And Real Madrid? Yeah, they're not exactly shy about their interest. Why pretend? They're not frogs in a pond. They're still the kings of Europe. No need to play it humble. Arsenal know what's going on. They're already thinking through the what-ifs. But for now, their number one priority is simple. Extend Saliba. Keep him. Back him. Even if it smells like another endless summer transfer saga. Now, technically, he's still got 2 years left on his deal. So, no need to panic, right? Well, tell that to the fans. Panic's already creeping in, kinda like me when I see how many of you are watching without subscribing. Seriously, feels like I'm Arteta without Saliba. Everything looks fine, but inside I'm a bit anxious. So go on, hit that subscribe button and bring me some peace. But we all know how these things go. The player hesitates, the club waits, the rumors start flying. Anonymous sources, Fabrizio tweets, suspicious Insta likes, and boom, the drama begins. Honestly though, I really hope Saliba stays. Because between dreams and reality, sometimes it's just one signature. And let's be honest, going to Madrid, that's gutsy, bold move. But with Militão, Rudiger, Alaba all competing for spots, it's a war zone. Romantic? Yes. Smart? Not sure. So here we are, waiting. Either we get a dramatic here we go, or we are tuning in for updates straight from Valdebebas.